nominated MS Dhoni for the Padma Bhushan, one of the topmost honors in this country. The BCCI has sent in this nomination for MS Dhoni is the news that's now coming in. Aishwarya, my colleague, is on the phone line with us. Aishwarya, confirm this news for us.
Well, definitely, Aranya, that's the good news for all the Dhoni fans out in the country that, now finally, after a long demand from the cricket fraternity and the sports lovers, MS Dhoni has now been nominated for the prestigious Padma Bhushan award by the BCCI in today, and we have seen under MS Dhoni how the Indian team has grown so far, winning all the three important and prestigious ICC tournaments under Dhoni, and getting all those ICC trophies under his belt. Now BCCI has finally decided that this award, after Sachin Tendulkar, now has been nominated to MS Dhoni, and meanwhile, sports industry is also confident that in next year this award will definitely go to MS Dhoni.
Can you confirm, Aishwarya, that the BCCI has only actually recommended one name, and that name is of the MS Dhoni?
Well, absolutely. Right now, the information we're getting is the only one name that BCCI has put on and forwarded to the sports ministry is of MS Dhoni, and other names have already been nominated for the other awards. For example, Rohit Sharma has been already nominated for the other awards, but for Padma Bhushan, we are only getting one name, and BCCI has only confirmed of the name of MS Dhoni.
Right. In fact, we're just pointing out to our viewers that we'd like to hear from you as well on this big news that's coming in, that the BCCI has recommended the name of MS Dhoni for the Padma Bhushan, and this is the third highest civilian award of the country for the contribution to the game of cricket and indeed to sports in India. We'd like to hear from you on what you think about this nomination. This news, as Aishwarya is now confirming, is that the name has been sent to the government for the Padma Bhushan Awards, and it's a unanimous decision from the BCCI to nominate India's most successful captain. Aishwarya, if you continue to be there with us, Dhoni has earlier been awarded the Padma Vibhushan as well.
Well, absolutely. As I was pointing out, MS Dhoni was the one who was awarded the Padma Bhushan, and from till that time, it was a long demand of the cricket lovers that MS Dhoni should also be awarded with Padma Bhushan, just because under him the Indian team has gone so long from the 6th ranked team to the number 1 Test team, number 1 ODI team, and the number 1 T20I team, and under the captainship of MS Dhoni, Team India has won all three different ICC tournaments awards as well. So now finally BCCI in a meeting has decided that his name should be forwarded to the sports ministry, and they are also hoping that this award will be confirmed by the government as well.
Right. So you are now confirming to us, Aishwarya, that MS Dhoni's name has been sent to the BCCI. Just take us through the records, the numbers really that tell the tale of MS Dhoni as one of the most successful cricket captains that India has ever seen.
Well, absolutely. I was pointing out, MS Dhoni is one of the most successful captains, and recently against Australia has completed, achieved one more record, that of 150s in the ODI cricket, and after retirement from the Test cricket, now he has been in the T20.
Right, Aishwarya, if you just hold on to your thoughts, I believe Sabah Karim is now joining us on the phone line. Sabah Karim, your first thoughts on hearing that MS Dhoni's name has been recommended for the Padma Bhushan Award?
This is great news for Indian cricket. And I think it speaks highly of MS Dhoni's character and his performance on the field. He's growing each day. I can see a difference in his work ethic and his performance. And even now, he's such an instrumental figure in the Indian ODI setup. So it has come at the right time for him, and he fully deserves this kind of recognition. And I hope that he gets it from the government of India.
Sabah Karim, thanks very much for that. Anshuman Gaikwad also joining us on the phone line here on NewsX. Anshuman Gaikwad, are you surprised?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm very happy and delighted that, BCCI has recognized his services, and not only that, but recommended his name for such a coveted stadium. I mean, I think Dhoni has probably deserved this long time back. I feel it's slightly late.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely wonderful.
Right. So you would agree with the question that we are asking our viewers as well, whether Dhoni is finally getting his due?
He should. And I'm sure, he's due. He deserves it absolutely more than anybody else. And the kind of, contribution that he's done for Indian cricket as a player, as a captain, as a mentor, I think it is great. And it's not easy for somebody to do it for that long and stay that long on international scene and keep performing.
How would you rate him in our list of most successful cricket captains?
I think I would put him on top, almost, because he had all the qualities of a captain. He is Mr. Cool, and, if you're cool, then only you can think right, take right decisions in difficult times, which he proved it.
So you think it's not just about the numbers, but it's also about the temperament of the man?
Absolutely, absolutely. Without that, if you look at international cricket or international level, any sport for that matter, unless you keep your mind and head on your shoulder properly, you don't succeed.
Absolutely.
And he's shown that.
If you were to meet him today, what would you tell him?
Well, I'll just hug him and say, well done. You deserve it. And wish you many more.
Yes, wish you many more. Anshuman Gaikwad, you still feel that there's a lot of cricket left in him?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why people say, I think it's just one of those Indian mentalities that we have, surprisingly, that if you see a face for a longer time on the screen, that's enough for him, that he should retire or he should give it up.
Right.
It's very unfortunate. One should appreciate, that the guy is, doing so much of sacrifice in his life to remain there and perform and give you the pleasure of his performance.
You would have seen him at close quarters, Anshuman Gaikwad. Anything that's special about him that stands out that you think puts him in a league above the rest?
Well, I think looking at his stature and his status as a sports person, the way he has maintained himself, he's kept himself out of controversies, he's kept himself in low key, he's kept himself grounded all the time. And these are the big qualities of a big player.
Right. Anshuman Gaikwad, thanks so much for sharing your thoughts here on NewsX. I think some of our viewers also dialing in with their thoughts on MS Dhoni being nominated for the Padma Bhushan Award. Right. I think the first caller is Mr. Suresh Babu from Bengaluru. Good afternoon, sir. Your views on MS Dhoni finally getting his due?
Yeah, very good afternoon, madam. I'm really happy that our Captain Cool is getting this award. And BCCI has done a wonderful job. And he's the only captain in the world to receive all the 3 ICC awards, trophy for our country, and he deserves it more than anybody else.
Do you think that it's coming a little late in the day, the recognition?
Yeah, it is coming never late than never. Better it is awarded to him.
Right, right, sir. Thanks very much for sharing your views on NewsX. I think another caller from Bengaluru is on the phone line with us. Bhupesh, joining us this afternoon. Hi, what are your views on MS Dhoni being nominated for the Padma Bhushan Award?
First of all, I would like to congratulate him that he is being nominated, and think it is never too late to be honored for such a big honor. And no doubt it is a little bit late, but he deserves it.
Right.
Nobody else. Yeah.
So you are thrilled for him? You are thrilled for him? You think it's richly deserved?
Yeah, excellently. I perfectly say that he deserves it.
Right. Thanks so much for joining us on NewsX, Bhupesh from Bengaluru there. I think Himanshu Chaturvedi is also now joining us on the phone line. Himanshu Chaturvedi, your first thoughts on hearing the news of MS Dhoni being nominated for the Padma Bhushan?
Well, I think he deserves the most, the kind of progression he's done to the game from his background to the achievement, what he's done for Indian cricket. I think is one of the best candidates one can think of. And I must congratulate BCCI for taking such kind of a decision.
Do you think it's coming a little late in the day?
Yeah, it is pretty late. I hope he should have been at least 2 years earlier. He should have been given when he was right on the peak. But still, nevertheless, even if it is later, the Dhoni is one man who's really traveled the journey of the game very well in all sides, all formats. And I think he's a good role model if such kind of people are honored and this kind of an award is given to them. Then the generation in cricket which is coming in times now would also look forward because you see the most important part of Dhoni is he's called Captain Cool. And what we normally see in youngsters today is that they lack that cooling effect which we see. So if somebody can see that being cool and being calm and being so patient on the field, if you can achieve the best in life, then why become a brat on the field when you can get everything by this way of behavior?
Right. A final word from you, Himanshu. You therefore think that it's not just the numbers, not just the success in terms of the number of matches won, but also the temperament of the man that sets him apart.
Well, I would, put another flavor to it is that it's very important for a game like cricket, which has so much of glamour in it. Look at the background of the man. From where has he risen? So that gives a lot of hope to everybody who plays the mass game in this country, that anybody who plays the game has a talent can achieve, because Dhoni doesn't come out from a very affluent kind of a background, or nor does he enjoy that kind of a clout of people, those who would have pushed his biodata or his talent up there. He has come out through his raw talent and his hard work. So this is a very good thing that people in times to come, because we always see the controversy of favoritism in a selection of teams and in picking up the players. But such kind of people, those who've reached at this place without anybody's support, is something which is a kind of a role modeling, that if you have that talent and if you have willing to work hard, you can achieve the heights. And this is what we are today.
Right. I think you've used that word role model in all of your answers so far, and I think that's the point that you're making, that he's an example for other aspiring sports persons across the country, not just cricketers perhaps. Himanshu Chaturvedi, thanks so much for joining us here on NewsX this afternoon. My colleague Aishwarya is now joining us live as well. Aishwarya is getting us more news from the BCCI, confirming the reports that the BCCI has now sent in the nomination of MS Dhoni to be awarded the Padma Bhushan. Right, just stay with us, Aishwarya. Before we come to you, let me get in a caller. I think Mr. Tikaraman, an Arjuna awardee himself, is now joining us on the phone line here on NewsX. Sir, what are your thoughts on MS Dhoni being nominated for the Padma Bhushan?
A lot of all Indian citizens, as well as our neighboring country, the President Musharraf, and the way that he plays and way the sports was developed, and it is wonderful. He's the most professional player. I think he should have been recognized much more earlier.
Yes, you think it's coming a little late in the day?
Yes, certainly. I think he's a role model for his involvement with the army. It's wonderful. I think he should have produced much more people like Dhoni.
Right. As a sports person yourself, what do you think sets him apart?
No, he's a captain cool always. He doesn't show his harshness or toughness. He takes it very easy. I think that is more matured for a big sportsman. I think he has done our country proud. I think he deserves everything.
Absolutely.
Bharat Ratna also should be.
And also in a game like cricket where you have to take the entire team along.
Yes, certainly. Because even when he's under the Kohli, I think he coordinates, cooperates, discusses. That is more important for a senior player.
Right. In fact,
that is more important for a teamwork and strengthening the team in all the department of the game of cricket.
Right. Thanks so much, sir, for joining us on NewsX and sharing your views on this big news that's coming in. I think Rajkumar Sharma is also joining us this afternoon. Rajkumar Sharma, your views on MS Dhoni now being nominated for the Padma Bhushan?
I think it's a very wise decision by BCCI because he thoroughly deserves this award. I think he has been a role model for all the youngsters and the way he has led Indian team, and he has brought so many laurels to the country. So he thoroughly deserves it, and I think it's a very good move by BCCI.
Right, you're saying he thoroughly deserves this. What is that one role? He's played several roles, you know, as wicketkeeper, as batsman, as captain, as Captain Cool also. What is that one role you think in which he's been absolutely stellar?
I think as a captain, he has been a tremendous successful as a captain because he led the team when we had pretty big stars like Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid,
Yes.
VVS Lakshman, and all they were bigger stars than him. Still, he managed and he controlled that team and took the Indian cricket to new heights. India won the World Cup under him. India won T20 in the Champions Trophy under him. So he was before being Captain Cool, he's been a very successful captain also.
Yes.
I think he's the most successful captain of India ever.
Yes, that's right. So you're saying, you know, he's taken a team along which had rock stars in the team, rock stars like Sachin Tendulkar. He's balanced the team and taken them all along as one force, is what you say. You must have observed his game over a long, long period of time. What is it that's, you know, struck you about him initially when you watched him play? What is that one quality that stood out?
I mean, he has been a tremendous finisher. You know, he has won so many matches from very difficult positions, and we knew that if Dhoni is there, India can still win. And he has done it so many times for the country. So I think that was a big achievement that we always used to depend on him, and he always delivered. So that is his, you know, greatness. That as a captain and as a finisher, he has been a tremendous role model for all the cricketers and all the sportsmen, I would say.
Right, a last word from you. When you advise youngsters who are getting into sports, especially cricket, any example of MS Dhoni that you give them?
Yeah, definitely. I always tell them, I even tell Virat to learn from him because the way he keeps his cool even in the tense moment, that is exemplary. You know, I mean, he doesn't show his emotions and he keeps himself so cool and he's so focused about the game and he's so passionate for India's victory. So these are all are things to be learned by youngsters and, you know, he's a role model, as I said.
Right, Rajkumar Sharma, you're saying you're giving that example to Virat Kohli as well as his coach. Thanks so much for joining us on NewsX. I think we have a caller from Nagpur this afternoon, Vilasini Nair, on the phone line with us. Hi, good afternoon. Your views on MS Dhoni, would you like to congratulate him?
I would like to, because I have been following his cricket, though I don't follow much of other cricketers, but Dhoni is my favorite, and you know, my best wishes to him, my blessings to him, because my daughter is also of his age, so I can say I'm his mother from Nagpur.
So it's both mother and daughter who follow MS Dhoni closely in your house.
Yes. We follow his, and you know, he represents a small city, small town of India. So he's a role model for I would say for the small kids, for the kids who don't have this much, you know, like facilities like Cosmo cities or metro cities. So he's a role model for all.
Yes, and I think that phrase is getting used repeatedly by our callers. Dhoni is a role model for us. People across the country are saying that.
You know, the way he carries himself on the field and off the field, that is also to be really.
He can take a team along. He can keep cool in most stressful of situations, is what many are pointing out. Surendra is dialing in from Bangalore this afternoon. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Your thoughts?
Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
This you are showing that Dhoni gets his due. It's not his due. His due is Bharat Ratna. He should get Bharat Ratna.
So you think that
if Sachin can get Bharat Ratna, he was only a batsman. Dhoni is a batsman as well as he has captained India to all and won all ICC trophies for India. And moreover, he is a wicket keeper also. He has done more than 100 stumpings, and he has taken more than 300 catches.
Surely you have a very, very valid point, sir. But what is that one role you think as a wicket keeper, as a batsman, as a captain of a team? what is that one role you think in which Dhoni has been outstanding? There's no parallel to him.
There is no parallel to him as far as captaincy is concerned. But other two things are also very important because he is the mainstay in batting also. He is the best finisher in the world. He has remained not out hundreds of times. So he has carried the team along everywhere. And his demeanor, his coolness, he is a leader on and off the field. Even the present team captain Kohli says he will always remain my captain. So I don't think why he doesn't deserve a Bharat Ratna.
Do you think there's a lot of cricket still left in him?
I think at least till 2019 he will play.
Yes, in fact, that's something that a lot of people are talking about. He's going to be part of the next World Cup. Captain is what some people say. You think that this recognition is not just a due, but this is overdue, and he deserves much more. Thanks so much for joining us here on NewsX this afternoon. I think there are more reactions coming in online as well, and my colleague Oishi is there with us. Oishi?
Yes, Ananya, the news has just broken and Twitter is already flooded with a lot of wishes for the former captain. Let's look at some. You have MSD nominated for Padma Bhushan. Congratulations, Dhoni. Dhoni recommended for Padma Bhushan again. Thanks for nominating MS Dhoni for Padma Bhushan Award. Such a legend, he deserves a lot. These are a couple of tweets that we have right now. Over to you, Ananya.
Some of the tweets coming in, congratulations in fact, pouring in from across the board there, not just from cricketers, but not just from fans, but other sports persons in India as well, because there's one role in which MS Dhoni is the most appreciated as far as the callers that we've seen in the last 20 minutes or so. There's one role in which they say he's outstanding, he's unparalleled, and that is as captain. It's because he's captain cool. It's because he's kept a cool head under the most stressful of circumstances, and also managed to take a team together, a team of rock stars, a team which had Sachin Tendulkar, a team which had somebody like Rahul Dravid. He's managed to take everybody along in that team and played together. Mohammad Adil is joining us from Kolkata this afternoon. Hi, good afternoon, Mohammad Adil. What do you think?
Yes, I'm very happy, and I see to that he received this award. I think he should receive this award for one and a half year earlier, because he is so amazing and he gives so much things to Indian cricket team.
You think there's much more cricket left in him? You think there's much more cricket left in him, is what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
You're saying that you think there's much more cricket left in Dhoni?
Yes, there is so much things left in him, and I think his role is now to change in team, because the way he started his career is like hard hitting, and now he's now settled down in his career.
Right, Mohammad Adil from Kolkata. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on this news that's coming in. As many are pointing out, MS Dhoni is a role model for people across the country, not just cricketers or aspiring cricketers. Aishwarya is now joining us live from the capital as well. Aishwarya, just take us through what you're hearing from the BCCI, that this is only a single name that's gone as a recommendation.
Well, absolutely. Only the single name which has been recommended by the BCCI is MS Dhoni for this prestigious award. MS Dhoni has already bagged three most prestigious awards: Arjuna Award, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, and Padma Shri. And now, if he will get this award, if the government will confirm this award, he will be the 11th player in the history of cricket of India that he will be getting this Padma Bhushan Award. Talking about his records, almost 300 ODIs and close to 10,000 runs in the ODI format. Test cricket, if we talk about, then 5,000 Test cricket runs and close to 1,200 T20I runs. And of course, coming out from Rajkumar Sharma, Virat Kohli's coach, Virat Kohli has even told the press that, you know, he will remain always the captain. He's a motivator for the team. And, you know, one of the most senior players of the team currently, winning all 3 international tournaments, all 3 ICC Champions Trophy, ICC 2 World Cups, you know, one 2011 World Cup and another T20I World Cup. You know, a person like him, a legend like him, getting Padma Bhushan is something, an honor to him. And you know, you know, all the fans across India of MS Dhoni and all the cricket lovers are very happy of hearing this news from the BCCI. Right. You know, apart from him, you know, we have already seen Sachin Tendulkar and likes of Rahul Dravid, Sunil Gavaskar has got, and 10 people has got so far the Padma Bhushan award, and now he will be the 11th to get the 3rd highest civilian award of the country.
Yes, that's right. Aishwarya, in fact, that one line that Virat Kohli's coach shared with us, the fact that you were also quoting, where Rajkumar Sharma was telling us that he often gives Dhoni's example to Virat Kohli on how to stay calm under pressure and how to take the entire team along, especially a team when, that he was leading, which had several stalwarts like Sachin Tendulkar.
Well, absolutely, coming right from Virat Kohli, and also when we talk about many other players as well, you know, Virat Kohli in an event, you know, officially also and unofficially also, he always tells, you know, that MS Dhoni is the one who always motivates, who always is a role model to all of them, and you know, how to keep calm in the situation, the tense situations of the matches, and on the crucial time where the team is, he always comes in front and support the youngsters, and he's the one, you know, whom today the team we are seeing right now. He is the backbone of the team, and he is the one who has brought all the youngsters into the 11 and into the playing 11. And you know.
Right, Aishwarya, just stay with us for a bit, because I believe Mr. Krishnaswamy is also now joining us here on NewsX. Mr. Krishnaswamy, do you think this nomination for Padma Bhushan for MS Dhoni is long overdue?
Well, certainly. I mean, if there is one player who's currently active and very much deserving, it is Dhoni. You know, I mean, no one is more deserving than him. I mean, he has done yeoman service for Indian cricket and Indian sport. He's been a role model for many of the youngsters, an idol for many of the fans across the country, and even across the cricketing world. You know, and his performance speaks for himself. I mean, his whole long list of records and achievements, his what do you call reputation as a fantastic finisher,
yes,
which at one time we all thought was finished, is actually again back there, you know, and he's now playing the role of a mentor even on the field, not just off the field, but also on the field. The way he nurses the younger batsmen, the way he nursed Hardik Pandya and helped India win a few matches, and I think it certainly is an honor which is very, very deserving.
I'm sure you followed the game of cricket and you followed MS Dhoni over these long years. Is there any moment that you remember watching and thinking to yourself, this is the moment, this is that man who is different from the others, he's a cut above the rest?
Well, certainly, you know, the thing with Dhoni is that you may not particularly, say one thing, because he's done so many things, you know, like handing over the ball for the last over to Joginder, or to finish a World Cup with a 6, and his own personal things, you know, finishing off matches at a time when the Indian team must have all but given up hope, you know. And it came to a certain stage when the Indian team, even if it didn't have hope, and if it had Dhoni at that wicket, I mean, there was always a chance that India could still pull off the impossible. So I would say some of the great times, in fact, when he came to lead India and take them to the T20 World Cup, that was a time many of the seniors had felt that the T20 was hardly the kind of cricket that they would want to be playing.
Yes.
And Dhoni, I think, completely changed the idiom for the sport by taking the young team to the title itself. And I think everything has changed since then. So I would say he is being one of the big game changers in Indian cricket over the last 10
I think you put
years.
it very well, that he's changed the idiom for the sport. You know, he's Dhoni is known for the several roles that he's played on the cricket field, as a wicketkeeper, as a batsman, as a captain. Any one role, according to you, in which he's outstanding? There's really no parallel to him.
I think he's an absolutely brilliant man manager. You know, the way he brings out the best from the youngsters and from the seniors, I think it is something that is that you can only experience over a period of time. It's not something that you see at one specific moment. It is always a work in process. The way he's also helped, Virat Kohli settle into the job as the Indian captain. And I think no Indian captain who's actually abdicated in the favor of a younger one has played almost at the same time as the mentor for the new captain while being in the same team. So I think that is something which MS Dhoni has done with great panache, and I think that is why he is probably going to be, he is, not going to be, but he is one of the legends of Indian sport here, and not just cricket.
Right, sir. Thanks so much for speaking to us on NewsX. Mr. Krishnaswamy there. I think Sumansi Raman is also joining us on the phone line for his quick reaction. Sumansi Raman, your first thoughts on hearing that MS Dhoni has been nominated for the Padma Bhushan?
Oh, absolutely delighted, because I think he is a true legend. I mean, not just in of Indian cricket, but global cricket and international sport as well. And it would be a very, very richly deserved award. And I think the whole country would be delighted to see MS Dhoni be awarded the Padma Bhushan.
Right, you're calling him a legend. Of course, would you say that he's actually demonstrated what leadership means, not just on the field, but in the sense that he's now guiding Virat Kohli as well?
Yeah, I think, there are two aspects to it. One is, the way he has conducted himself on the field of play. And I think that itself is an amazing tribute to the man. I mean, for a moment, let's leave the cricketing skills and all that he has done, all the runs that he's scored and all the matches that he's won and so on. But the sheer manner in which he's conducted himself on the field of play, the absolutely, calm manner in which he's been able to be in the tightest of situations, the kind of mentoring that he's been doing to others on the team. I mean, these are legendary in their own right. I mean, even beyond the runs that he scored or the the wicket keeping that he's done or the captaincy that he has exhibited, I think all these are amazing achievements and be a very richly deserved award.
Thanks so much, sir, for joining us on NewsX and sharing your views